Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I am pretty good. It is about 8:30 Central Time, and I am at Arlo Steel. No, Arlo. I can't read this early in the morning. Arlo Steel in Columbus, Ohio. I got here at 6:30 Central Time, 30 minutes before adjusted time appointment. And after I finagled my way in, figured out how to get into the place and talk to them and all that jazz, they told me to pull in, untarp, unstrap, and they were getting it off because they needed it then. Actually, they said they needed it yesterday. And I said, well, I was in town. Should I have called and let you know that I could have been here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? They go, hell yeah. So next time I remember that. They said, anytime you're here, as long as you're here before getting to town around before 4 o'clock. I said, okay. Okie dokie. Obviously it didn't take me all that long. I've been sitting here for 15 minutes or so. It took, I started untarping and unsecuring right at 7 o'clock Central Time. And I was done untarping, unsecuring, putting everything away. And he was done unloading at 8:15. Very, very good. Though I am soaking wet. I just changed my shirt. And I just got another message. Let's see what this says.
Messaging.
Oh well. I am on my way. I just found out the mileage is not what it's supposed to be, what it's going to be. Oh well. I'm on my way to Continental Building Products in Silver Grove, Kentucky. That's just on the other side of the border, south of Cincinnati. And that is going to a Lowe's in Kirkwood, Missouri. So, for tomorrow morning, which will make it Thursday. Hopefully from there I can find a way to get home. I do want to go home this weekend. I got too much stuff in the truck and I need to get it out. And I got some bills to pay. But I'm not going to whine on about that. But it was a really, really good unload. And I got a pretty decent load here now. It's like total 500 miles. It's 2.5 hours to get there. So we will chat later after I get loaded down in Kentucky. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? Actually, it's still morning. Now that I think about it, it is about 11:30 and Central Time, and I am in Silver Creek, Kentucky, which is literally just on the other side of the border from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm at Continental Building Products. They're a gypsum plant, so I'm loading gypsum board, and looks like it's going to be one of those easy loading days, like at GP. I got here at 11 o'clock, checked in, parked the truck, walked all the way up to the shipping office, a long way, because I had to park at the end of a line of trucks. This place is owned, well, it's probably not owned, but might as well be, by TMC, and I think McElroy, it looked like, but mostly TMC. There's a lot of TMC drivers here. The loaders are all wearing TMC hard hats, and the video that I had to watch when I checked in featured all TMC drivers and trucks. So I'm gonna bet this was a TMC brokered load. That's okay, they haul our loads too. And most TMC drivers are pretty cool, just like most Maverick drivers. I even talked to a few of them here. A couple of them have this really, really cool hard hat. It's a lineman style that has the brim that goes all the way around, but it's painted with an American flag and two gigantic gold eagles on it. Apparently you can buy them from Granger. They're like 30 bucks. Guess what I'm gonna order? It is a cool looking hard hat. It's awesome. And I mean, I know Maverick will let us wear pretty much anything we want, except for I cannot wear my, or I'm not supposed to wear my white instructor's hat on the road. But I see some of the other trainers wearing theirs. I got to. It's more comfortable than this one. I actually tried to take the headband out and put it in this one, but it wouldn't fit. So I need to get a better hard hat. I need one with a better suspension system. I don't like this one. It hurts my head because it's not adjustable. So I'm sitting in line waiting to go into that building you see right there behind me. I got to make a little U-turn here to pull in, but there's a truck over here waiting to get in. I'll pull in, find a spot, and I'll hand my paperwork to a loader, and then he will load all the gypsum on. And it's already pre-planned out which way it's supposed to go. This is the passenger side, this is the driver's side. And then I'll pull up to the tarping station, and they'll take the tarps out of my tarp box, lay them out. They'll put them on for me, and then bungee them in place, and then I'll pull back outside and finish bungeeing it down, and then throw my straps on top. I'm going to need 11 4-inch straps and 2 2-inch straps. To secure this load. So the hard part that always gets me moving around those 8-foot drops is going to be done for me. So I got about 360 miles to get to the receiver, which is in Kirkwood, Missouri. It's a Lowe's at Kirkwood and I-44. 376 miles. And depending on how long this takes, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to make it today. I got 8 hours of driving available, and I got 8.5 hours on my 14. So I don't have to be there till 10 in the morning though. I think though, if I can get in and out of here quick enough, I'm going to try and go all the way there. There's a truck stop about 3 miles away, and it says I can't park at the Lowe's overnight, and I looked at it online. It's in a big shopping center, so I won't do that. But I'm gonna try and get as close as possible so I can deliver it as early as possible. The appointment says 10. I'm gonna be there at 7 if I can get away with it, and that way I can get something. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm supposed to be home Friday night sometime. Hopefully that happens. Hopefully that happens. Well, most likely from there, I'll probably end up hopping down to Fort Smith and grabbing something going to Texas. I've said that before, but you never know what the ALM's got planned. I do need to be home at least on Saturday, because if I'm not home, then I'm going to have problems. I'm going to have to wire money to my wife so she can pay bills. And another Maverick just pulled in behind me. How cool is that? I gotta love this company. I do. I love this company. And if you want a good challenge driving, and you want to have a challenge doing real work, because I'm telling you, I work up a sweat, and I can only imagine what it's going to be like in winter, freezing my can off doing this. Come here to Maverick. Tell them I sent you. I'll chat with you later. Bye. Oh. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you? I'm still here at Continental. I just got through tarping and bungeeing. Well, they put the tarps on, and they are supposed to help get them situated, but they did such a bad job of putting them on mine and almost every other Maverick that I had to undo everything they did and then resettle them so I could do some semblance of bungeeing. And it took about an hour and 15 minutes, and I took a 15-minute break during that time to get it all bungeed up. Thing was, as soon as I got out here, Richard, another Maverick driver who was here, commented about the same thing. As soon as we pulled out here, the rain stopped. The clouds broke and the sun came out and started beating down on us. I don't know if you can see, my head is all red. Even from having a hard hat on, I gave myself a heat rash. And I drank, this is my 5th bottle of Gatorade. Oh, but I got a really, really good looking tarp job, I'll give it that. And, but it's 3:30 in the afternoon Central Time, so I've been here about 4 hours, I think. Hell, I don't even know. I can't even remember. Yeah, 4 hours, because I talked to you at 11 something. So, I'm on my way. I don't know how far I'm going to get. It's definitely not going to make it there tonight, but I'm definitely going to have to find a Pilot or a Flying J. Heck, any truck stop with a shower. I'll pay for one at this point. That's within 4 hours, so I'll talk to y'all whenever I get settled. See ya. Good evening, YouTube. How are you this evening? I am hot, tired, and very dirty. Well, I'm not really hot anymore. It's just muggy, but it's not for me. I am in Hampstead, Indiana, at the Flying J. There's 3 truck stops here. There's a Flying J, a Pilot, and a Lowe's. And a Blue Beacon. And I flirted with the thought of maybe washing the truck tomorrow before I left. But I'm not washing the truck to the 16th, so. I got here 5 minutes to 8. And I had 4 minutes on my clock when I got here. I should have had about an hour on my clock. But unfortunately, I sat through about a 45-minute rubbernecker backup on I-71 just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. As we're coming in on the northbound side, there was a pretty nasty fatality accident. A little bitty car, I think it was like a Fiat, rear-ended and ran under the back of a motorhome, and there was nothing left of the Fiat, unfortunately. They closed the freeway down. I think it was closed for like 3 hours before I got there. I didn't know about it, and it was still closed last I checked about an hour ago. Unfortunately, things like that happen. Never know of a cause or anything like that, but I bet you distracted driving probably played into it. The drive down over to get over here was good. You know, there was traffic in Louisville, but that wasn't that big of a deal. But I had forgotten how beautiful the north side of Louisville is when you're driving on the south side of the river and the canals. It is really, really spectacularly gorgeous. Driving along 64 through Louisville. I'm gonna have to go visit there someday. Just go to visit as opposed to just driving through with a truck, because they got a lot of riverfront restaurants and all kinds of things like that. They got there's a cool Joe's Crab Shack right there on the water. It's on stilts hanging out over the river. There's like a hotel or something next to it. I'm not sure what it is, or maybe it's an office building. I don't know, but it's out there on stilts too. I'd love to check that out. The Joe's Crab Shack in Galveston is awesome because it's right, well, it's not right on the beach, but it's on the boulevard and looking out over the ocean. I love places like that. Just love them. And then getting into Indiana, of course, Indiana is. But it was a nice drive. Beautiful. The fog was already starting to set in. It's crazy, and I'm here, and you know the humidity's high. It's 8:30, and the humidity's really starting to set in. So I started checking the truck stops. about an hour out, see where I could get, and this was where I could go. I was kind of hoping to be able to get here and find a spot. The Trucker's Path app said that the Pilot and the Loves were full. The Pilot has like 175 parking spaces or something like that, and so does the Loves has quite a bit. And this one said if there were some spots left, and there was. I was able to pull right in and just pull straight into a spot. It was awesome. And there's another Maverick behind me. I don't know where he's going, but he's got a little paper. So it was a really good drive down. Today was a long day, another 14-hour day. It really shouldn't have been that long. I shouldn't have had to redo that tarp job as much as I had to. And then I have finally figured out, though, that the hotter it is, the slower I go. Because it took me almost an hour and 45 minutes, I think, with about 10 or 15 minute break to down a couple of bottles of Gatorade to tarp the load. And the tarp's already on it. Sad. Plus, I had to secure it. I had to put the straps over the tarps. So, into another long day. I'm gonna get up, getting ready to go inside and take a shower. I'm not sure what restaurant they have here, but I'm gonna sit down and eat. I don't feel like microwaving anything tonight. I think it's got a Denny's. I couldn't tell. It's either Denny's or a Huddle House. And I'm gonna grab something in there, and then come out here and go to bed. And I got to get up at 6. Buy fuel and head in. I'm about 170 miles from Kirkwood, where I'm delivering this at the Lowe's store. And if I leave here at 6:15, I should get there by 9. And my appointment is from 10 to 1. So I got a 3-hour window. Not sure what tomorrow's going to hold. Last time I was in St. Louis, and I was talking to Rick, a buddy of mine, earlier, he said the same thing. Generally from St. Louis, you either go to Fort Smith, or there's another little town that they send people to. It's in Kansas to load. Fort Smith will probably be the best bet. It's like a 3-hour drive, and I would probably get something out of there going to Texas. My only fear is that I'll get something like, well, that's not really a fear. I don't care either way, as long as it's going to Texas. That it'll be like a Laredo for Monday. And that's not a bad deal. I mean, I'd be able to go home, get in on Friday afternoon, and then take care of my personal business, leave on Sunday morning, drive down to Laredo. I've been there about 1 billion times. And then there's always stuff pulling out of there. So that's that. One quick note, I did every Wednesday night around 6:30 or 7 or so, Maverick mails everybody their payroll stub. So I got mine today, and just for a quick touch of what happened last week. Last week wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. I did 900 miles, and 900 miles with my performance pay plus my regular pay, tarp pay, stop pay, all the other stuff. My take home after taxes was $800. That's not bad. I have a lot coming out. I got taxes, health insurance, cancer insurance, all kinds of other stuff coming out. I really don't like talking money. I'm not going to post numbers. I know a lot of guys do. But on roughly on 900 miles, all pay included, gross before all my deductions, was about $1,100. That's not bad. If I can start topping out some decent miles, doing 2,300 to 5,000, 3,000 a month, 5,000. I'd love to do 5,000 a week. Excuse me, a week. Stay all over again. Between 2,300 and 2,600 on a regular basis, that would be awesome. unfortunately, from talking to my fleet manager, it's not really possible right now because freight is way down. And I know that part of the problem with my mileage and my income and everything is the simple fact that I still take way too long to do everything. And I think some of that has to do with the fact that I'm very susceptible to heat. I always have been. I know that's stupid. I'm from Texas. It's always been hot in Texas. But since I turned 40, I haven't been able to take the heat, and I'm not really sure why. Yeah, earlier than that. I think it was after I had surgery about 14 years ago. And since I had that surgery, which involved chemo, I haven't been able to really take the heat. So this humidity really kicks my butt on a regular basis. So there we go. So far it's a good week. I don't have the total miles up to date yet. I'll do that out. I'm not sure whether you guys want to know that kind of stuff. I know some people watch these videos because they're thinking about coming here and what kind of money and miles. A lot of miles are lower in flatbed generally. That's why the pay is higher, because you spend so much time, doing other stuff. Think about it. I get $25 every time I tarp, but I don't get paid for the time it takes to secure. And sometimes it can take 20 minutes to secure, or it can take an hour and a half to secure. It took 30 minutes to secure today, and another hour and 20 minutes or so to tarp to bungee down these tarps. I did a steel coil today, building the cradle, securing it, putting the tarps on, everything took 50 minutes. Every load's different. Every load is a different challenge. That's why I said earlier, if you're looking for a challenge and you want to really work, think of flatbed. If you think of flatbed, think of Maverick. And of course, tell them I sent you. Well, I'll let y'all go. Enough recruiting for today. We will talk tomorrow. I don't know when. So until then, keep the shiny side up. 73s. Chat at you later.